default turtle, when you just boot them up, is Leonardo. And you choose the turtle based on your loadout, based on their accessories. So you can see right here, his accessory slot, he has swords, leading swords. And then I have a loadout that has a staff, and he becomes Donatello. I have a loadout with nunchucks, he becomes Mikey, and then Raphael's with Sai. And before you even unlock anything, you will have 4 weapons. So you get the turtles. If you like Michelangelo, you're going to have a pair of nunchucks.
But you got to go in there and put them on them to have them. So when you boot the game, you don't have to go looking for gear. You will at least have four weapons for everyone to play with.
Now, in tournament mode...
Which is a gift that Ed sent out today.
Yes, in tournament mode, when you select them, you actually get another UI option that has the 4, and you can select them.
Right. Sure.
And a lot of people have wondered how their gear works. They all have a ton of different gear that's for whatever loadout you want. So you can have a Leonardo that has like a bandana on, a Michelangelo that has like a sci-fi gear, and then whatever you want to think of. So you can make your own loadout. Like we'll show later, I made loadouts that, in my opinion, match their characters and stuff. And because I do lore-based loadouts, and I'll explain my reasoning, so please be excited for that.
Lore loadouts.
Everyone's pretty amped about that.
Okay.
So
let's begin. Let's start with Leonardo.
Leonardo, Superman. Fighters approaching.
All right, so the turtles have several shared moves. They have several shared normal attacks and special attacks, and then they each have their own individual moves, their individual throws, and their character powers are completely different.
Yeah.
So let's start with some generic...
Tyler's the worst.
Let's start with some generic turtle moves. A lot of their normal attacks and combos are kind of ninja moves, like their back 3.
The ninja kick.
Yeah, down 1. They have a pretty fast, pretty decent overhead. They all have this. What makes them different, the end of their strings are often character specific. So check this out. His overhead goes into a low sword swipe. But with Michelangelo, he'll actually use a skateboard. Or Raphael will use a size. And these have different properties, like maybe Leonardo's will be safe on block, but Raphael's is 2 hits and it's punishable. They also have this, and then they have a defender. This actually goes into an overhead, and you can get a combo, whereas Donatello's actually goes into a low. So the start of the strings will be very similar, but then the ending will be quite a bit different. So one of the nice things is, when you're playing the turtle, you have your 80% kind of base game, and if you're really good with Leonardo, then you can take it to Raphael and you can learn the 20% that's different, and you can pick him up pretty quickly.
Yeah. But the great thing is, too, we've played a ton of matches and such, that if you're playing 2 different turtles, the matches do feel very different.
Yeah, the 20% obviously makes a huge difference. So here's Leonardo's throw.
And that's one thing a lot of people were asking is like, can you summon additional turtles? Are there assists?
Yes, throughout their move list, they have different moves that allow them to do that.
But you're not necessarily like summoning a turtle.
Right, you're never like controlling another one that never replaces them, but
it's
they
just
have
part
a lot
of their combo or their throw.
Exactly.
Now, originally people thought that we were going to make the turtles, there would be one turtle that had a bunch of different assists come in.
Right.
There are 4 different turtles.
Yes.
And that's very important to understand.
Yes.
I was glad to see on Reddit everyone, like, for the last couple of days, has been guessing what was happening.
Yep.
And it's like, no, there's
4 different turtles.
We made 4 distinct turtles.
So let's talk about some of their shared special moves, because they have a couple. They all have this turtle roll, where they go across the screen. It's pretty quick. It's the Shellicopter. If you meter burn it, they do a big giant swing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Radical! And they throw you.
Also their wake-up move.
Yes, that's a wake-up.
But important to know, it's not safe.
Right.
Like, you can surprise people pretty easily, because it's pretty quick.
Yes.
You're doing it from the ground. But if you get blocked on that, you're gonna take some damage if somebody's ready for it.
They also have this shell dive kick, where they come down, and you can meter burn it, and you stay safe, and another turtle comes out and does additional damage.
There it is.
So normally it's punishable, but if you want to play it safe, you can meter burn it, and it'll be safe on block, and it does pretty decent damage.
And what I've learned is you can kind of set people up with it by doing the regular one, and eventually, like, doing that kick late, and they're not ready for it, they don't block gems sometimes. So it's definitely kind of a tool to mix them up a little bit.
Another universal move is turtling, where they actually put their head in their shell, and then they will absorb a projectile and roll back, and then they can go in.
Awesome.
And if you meter burn it, they'll actually be able to absorb normal attacks, and then they don't take any damage, and they get away. So you can use this as like a parry, as a way to avoid projectiles. And one final move they all share is this turtle up drop, shell drop, where this is an overhead attack, and you can choose your range. You can do close, medium, or far. And this is great for like mid-range combat, like say you're kind of doing some of your normal attacks here, and then whoop, you do the shell, and if you meter burn it, you get a combo. So you can convert that into a combo.
It also can be used in strings to add to mix-ups.
Yes, because it's an overhead, and it can cross up between the close, medium, and far. So you can do like, you're blocking it, and then they don't know if you're going to do the close one, or maybe you push them back, and that one might have crossed them up.
And like we mentioned earlier, that string, like that overhead string that he does, do the overhead string real quick, ends with a low.
Yep.
You can make it end with an overhead.
Yeah.
And that's just a little mind game to play.
Yep. I think, to me, the turtles are up close and like started around like mid-range characters to me. I think that's where they excel, all four, and then they excel in different areas. We're going to show some. I think Leonardo's one of the best at like this range because it's back one.
Yeah, he has a reach. He has a reach in most fields.
But Michelangelo is like a 50-50 machine, which we'll show pretty soon. So let's go over Leonardo's.
Character power. Oh, yeah.
We'll go to that. Yeah. So they each have, in addition to the shell moves that they all share, they have a couple of character-specific moves. Leonardo has this uppercut move where he swipes you. It's pretty quick, and if he meter burns it, he can actually get a quick combo. And it also looks awesome because another turtle comes out. He has Shredded, which is a multiple hit attack. It does really good damage. You can like combo off a down one. If you meter burn it, it does additional damage and it remains safe on block. So it's a way you can end your strings and stay safe.
And it's leaving them in the range that the turtles want to be in.
Exactly, which is like, yeah, that mid-range.
Yep.
And then each character's character power is completely different. So Leonardo, as the known leader, Master Splinter's favorite son, he can use assists with all three turtles. For example, if you hit forward in circle, Raphael will throw a size and he gains a projectile. The turtles usually don't have projectiles, so that's really, really powerful. It's a two-hitting one. They're both highs, but they're very quick. They can break armor. They will still come out even if you interrupt them. It's a great projectile. You'll see, though, it is on a cooldown. So he's not going to have traditional zoning where he's just spamming them, but it does have a cooldown.
Yeah, you'll notice on the bottom, they have 3 different cooldowns for each of the other turtles.
And the cooldowns are different based on balance reasons. Like Donatello's is an overhead that actually launches, so you can use it as a combo. He actually gets a factory. That you can see when the combo's over the cooldown to start, and that's a long cooldown.
That's a long wait.
Right. And then we have Michelangelo, which is a low, and he goes super fast. It's the fastest low projectile in the game, and that has kind of a mid-level cooldown between Raphael and Donatello.
And he gets a sweet high five.
And you get a high 3.
Oh. Steve, always bringing this up.
It's just the lore. You know, you bring the lore.
They also have their own jump 2, their own down 2, and their own super move into.
Okay.
So should we save the super move or go ahead?
Ooh.
What we've seen in the trailer.
Yeah, let's see.
Go
Maybe
ahead?
save it. Yeah, till the end. Till the end.
So Leonardo rushes you with the sword.
I think he misunderstood.
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, well.
That's all right. No.
Shell shock!
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right. So that's Leonardo. Let's go to Donatello.
Now, Donatello
Yes.
is my